I need some help from AV. And I'll have to click it. Thank you. First of all, I just wanted to really thank everybody for coming. It is so great to see 300 people who all care passionately about our medical center, all here tonight. And it really is, this evening's about you and thanking you for your support, because without the commitment and support of everybody in this room and some people who weren't able to join us, we wouldn't be nearly in the position that we're in. So I can't thank you enough. I wanted to also congratulate Bill and Sue Bruin, and we're going to get to do that later. And just looking at the program and seeing the physicians here who are going to receive the Healing Hands Award, they're really the superstars of our Morristown community. So it's terrific to see everybody here tonight. I wanted to just make a few comments about what's going on in the hospital and healthcare, and I know many of you care very passionately about our medical center. And there's so many great things to recognize that are going on that I really didn't even know where to start. So I just picked out a few, and you'll see that they really just represent the real spectrum of different activities that are going on, new and old, in the medical center. On the very top there, you see a head and neck surgeon. We just recruited a new head and neck surgeon who's going to be joining us next month, who has a national reputation to bring to Morristown for the first time a major head and neck surgery program, and we're excited about that. We've just been awarded the Beacon Award for Excellence on our nursing service. You see the little baby. This past year, Morristown delivered more babies than ever before in our history. The middle there with the physicians, we launched this past year a new primary care physician group called Primary Care Partners, where there are 30 primary care doctors now part of that group. The building is 435 South Street. We have 187,000 new square feet of ambulatory space that's part of the medical center to really build world-class office space for our physicians to practice in. We've launched new technology programs like our structural heart program. We have several of our cardiologists and cardiovascular surgeons here who are doing world-class new technology to replace heart valves without having to open up the chest. In graduate medical education, we have our chairman of family practice here who's just applying for Morristown's first family practice residency to train future primary care physicians. We added our third helicopter to the Morristown fleet, so we're expanding in the air and on the ground, and we launched for the first time our accountable care organization, which is now the second largest accountable care organization in the country. You can see on the map for the first time, each dot represents primary care physicians throughout our community that are affiliated with Atlantic and with Morristown. And frankly, the future foundation of healthcare is going to be based upon having strong primary care in the community, and that's really been one of our fundamental strategic imperatives. And watching this map fill in and watching more primary care physicians recognize that our system is a place where they can feel comfortable is really a good feeling, and it's important for our future success. So just some of the things that have happened this past year, I think you should know or should feel proud that once again, Morristown was rated the #1 hospital in New Jersey. We have the single highest patient satisfaction scores in the state of New Jersey for any acute care facility. We are growing market share where other hospitals are shrinking. And when you grow market share, it's because people want to get their care where you are. We've had the best financial performance at Morristown in 5 years, again, where other hospitals are struggling. And I think that these are all related. When you're high quality, you have such great physicians, you have high patient satisfaction, that happens. And it all happens because our employees are so terrific, and we're one of the top 100 places to work for 4 years in a row. So happy employees, top quality physicians, a community like you that supports us. It's all really a winning formula, and we're very, very proud of that. Now, I think one of the toughest things then is leading a successful organization. How do you stay on top? And I think we've all seen in other industries that people who are at the top get complacent, and pretty soon the competitors pass them by. And so keeping people motivated and and particularly in challenging times, is really tough. The machine there, I always laugh about that because about 2 summers ago I was taking my son, who's a junior at NYU, through my office, and he said to me, "Dad, what is that machine?" Seriously. I mean, and 20-year-old. He had never seen a typewriter before. And what we grew up with, if you were in the typewriter industry making typewriters, you didn't want to get complacent. You wanted to watch what was going on. So if you take a look at what's happening now in healthcare, the change is so fast and so fundamental that I think that leading our organizations, we can't rest on our laurels. When you go back to Augusta Stone's day, and I learned everything I know about our hospital from Bill Bruin, who's the historian. You go back to Augusta Stone's day in 1892. People, when they came to the hospital, actually brought things like chickens and eggs and, brought things that they made on their farms to pay for medical care. Then we advanced to people actually paying cash. There wasn't insurance. When you went to see the doctor, you paid them in money or in goods. Then in 1964, Medicare came along, the first time the government started funding health care. Then we went really to private insurance, which is payment for fee-for-service medicine. In the 80s and 90s, we saw managed care. Now we're seeing accountable care organizations that most of us think are transitional vehicles to something else, which is clearly, I think, providers taking risk, providers taking on the insurance function, and that's where we're going to head in healthcare. And the speed at which we're changing, each step is getting shorter and shorter. And it's the same thing about the way that we organize and think about ourselves as a hospital. Back in the early days, it was the family physician who used to visit people at home and travel to people's homes. Then, in the 1890s, hospitals like Morristown came on board, and hospitals were places where you would go to die. There weren't many great technologies, and they actually spread infections probably more in many ways than they helped in the early stages. Then we developed hospitals as technology centers, the places that we think of today where you really do get advanced treatments. Then hospitals really have now developed into hospital networks and integrated delivery systems. In fact, every community hospital, every single community hospital surrounding Morristown is now for sale or joining a system. There will in 6 months not be any independent hospitals left in our area as they all join integrated systems. And where I think we're heading towards is what's called clinically integrated organizations, where physicians and hospitals work together to provide the type of care that people around their communities live in. So changing very, very rapidly. And the name of the game in the future is not going to be competing upon who's got the biggest, who's got the best marketing campaigns, but competing on value. And you're already beginning to see in national journals like this, Aetna showing people, you can get on your mobile phone, how much it costs to get care at a particular hospital compared to another hospital and what the quality differences are. So wherever we go, I really don't know, but it's moving very, very quickly. It's exciting. This is the most exciting time I've ever had in my professional career because healthcare is changing that rapidly. I am confident that wherever it goes, because I'm not smart enough to know where it's going, but wherever it goes, our medical center is going to maintain its leadership role. It's going to be strong, and again, it's all because of the support that we have from you, our doctors, and our employees who are really so terrific. So I wanted to thank you again and appreciate the time.